Servus, ich bin...
Hello, I'm Chris Semmel. I'm a mountain guide and trainer for the German Mountain Guide Association working in avalanche assessment. Today I would like to show you what is important in a good probe and what you need to take into consideration when buying one. Along with an avalanche transceiver and a shovel, an avalanche probe is a standard piece of emergency equipment and should always be on hand. In avalanche search and rescue, an avalanche probe is used for pinpointing the location. This means the probe determines the exact position and burial depth of the victim. The probe then remains in place and serves as a guide when uncovering the victim. You effectively dig down along the probe to the victim. Investigations have shown that without a probe for pinpointing, it takes twice as long to dig out the victim as it would when using a probe. Without a probe, therefore, it is unlikely that the victim will be rescued within the 15 minutes that are essential to survival. A good probe should also be quick to assemble and offer sufficient stability to ensure it does not collapse when probing. The length is crucial, so it must not be too short and should have a centimeter scale so that you can not only read off the burial depth, but also record a snow profile. To ensure effective probing, a certain degree of probe rigidity is also important, of course, to ensure the probe does not collapse when probing, resulting in erroneous results. This means the rigidity and diameter of the probe are extremely important. The use of a quick assembly strap at the top of the probe makes it possible to quickly pull out and immediately tension the probe. The length of an avalanche probe is also extremely important. Lengths of 2.40 meters are common, as this length allows you to cover the average depth a skier is buried under an avalanche. The tip of the probe is also particularly important. The more pointed the tip, the more easily it penetrates through hard avalanche snow. If the tip of the probe protrudes a little over the diameter, this reduces friction and makes probing easier. The diameter of the probe also plays an important role. The thicker the probe, the more rigid it is, and the less likely it is to collapse. Of course, a large diameter also means more material and increased weight. However, it is now possible to use carbon, which has an optimum rigidity to weight ratio. Alongside the weight, of course, the pack size should also be taken into consideration before buying a probe to ensure it actually fits into your ski touring backpack. During stressful situations, it is important that the burial depth can be read off quickly and perfectly. This is achieved, for example, by means of contrasting colored end segments. This allows you to read off the burial depth immediately and choose the right shoveling strategy for the situation. As with an avalanche transceiver and shovel, an avalanche probe should be on hand for all activities off-piste. It is important to practice using and deploying emergency equipment regularly.